Hi, I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. I'm recording this video on Wednesday, May 18th. It will be uploaded and available to you on Thursday, May 19th. Kim is in Florida this week as part of her Leading Age Leadership Academy. And I'm not sure if you notice when Kim is away, but I certainly do, and it just feels like a very different place when she's gone. I miss her. So Kim, when you see this video, don't let that go to your head, but it definitely feels different around here when you're not here for a week. Thank you to those of you who were able to attend our celebration to honor Bob Downer and Dave Johansen last Friday. Bob and Dave had both served the Oaknall board and the Oaknall community as board members first and then as advisors to our board all the way back from the late 60s through 2021. So both of them more than 50 years of service to the Oaknall community. It was a great celebration. We had the opportunity to hear from Pat Hayden, our former executive director, from Ginny Clemens. Ginny had served on the Oaknall board 2 different occasions, and at least one of those times was board president. She may have been board president both times. And then, of course, heard from both Dave Johansen and then finally from Bob Downer. I want to thank Dining Services for providing such great food, and our marketing director, Kim Herring, for creating such a fantastic event to celebrate and honor Dave and Bob. So it all went very well. If you were there, thank you for being part of the audience. It was great to see a room full of people again to celebrate all that Bob and Dave have given to the Oaknall community for so many years. For a COVID update, we have good news related to our residents. There have not been any new resident cases that I'm aware of since our mini outbreak that happened about 3 weeks ago. Everybody from that outbreak has recovered without really any complications. So we're fortunate in that respect. I am aware of just one staff member right now who is out after having tested positive for COVID. So at least within the Oaknall community, we are doing fairly well. I wish I could say the same for Johnson County. I checked the site today in anticipation of this recording, and the case counts in Johnson County are up to now 72 new cases per day. 2 weeks ago when I recorded, we were at 44 new cases per day. So we're definitely still a slow upward trend. It also still is nowhere close to where we were back in January, where we were averaging some days 450 new cases per day. So still just a fraction of where we had been, but it's alarming that the trend continues to rise rather than plateau and start to decrease. So we just want to encourage you to keep wearing your mask when you're out and about within the community. If you go out to grocery stores or go out to wherever a large group might be, if you're not familiar with everybody, please, the safest thing to do is to wear your mask. I know I've run into some of you at the grocery store, and generally I see people wearing their masks, so that's great. Just try to keep yourself as safe as possible. We would like to be part of the solution in Johnson County and not be part of the spread and increasing the trend. We've been working on putting our budget package together, and it's close to being done. We will present a proposed budget for fiscal year 22-23, so the year that starts July 1st. We have a meeting with our Finance and Audit Committee of the Board of Directors this coming Friday morning. At that meeting, we will share a proposed budget for the year that starts July 1st. If it goes well, well, actually, regardless of how it goes, we will also present the proposed budget at the full board meeting on Wednesday. Our hope is that we don't have to make any last-minute changes between Friday's meeting with the Finance and Audit Committee and Wednesday's board meeting. But we really do need to get a budget approved at the board meeting next Wednesday so that we can communicate to you what the increase will be. In your May 31st bill, we will share whatever increase is approved, and I can tell you already that it will be higher than any increase we've ever done in the 23 years that I've been at Oak Knoll. I'm sorry for that. I think we've tried to set expectations for that along the way this year. I know I shared earlier, probably back in December or January, that we were doing a mid-year compensation adjustment for some of our positions because we just needed to do that in order to attract any new candidates. The market has continued to go crazy in terms of compensation levels for most of our positions, and so we will be doing another market adjustment to stay relevant in the Iowa City area as an employer. That will be effective July 1st, and that is really the driver for the larger increase than we would like to pass along to you. I know I've shared with you many times that you are truly the only source of revenue to the organization. So when Oak Knoll's operating expenses go up, including our salary costs and wage costs, we have really the only option is to increase your fees or to reduce services and eliminate positions. I don't think anybody wants us to reduce services, and so it's like we will need to pass along some larger than normal increases this year. So just a heads up there, by next Wednesday we'll know exactly what that increase will be, and then again in the March 31st or the May 31st bill, you will have a letter that explains what those increases will be as of July 1st. I want to end on a more positive note than that, though, and we've had just all kinds of activity in terms of people wanting to become Oak Knoll residents. Since April 30th, we've actually signed 4 additional new life care contracts. Out of 301 independent living spaces, there are currently only 3 apartments that do not have a contract on them. So that doesn't mean that there's only 3 that aren't occupied yet, but the unoccupied ones generally have a contract on them, and we're either in process of getting that apartment ready for a resident to move into, or in some cases it's a not in residence contract where the new household isn't going to move into that space, but they have the life care promise, and typically they're doing that to get onto the internal priority list for larger spaces as they become available. So things are good, lots of activity, we're seeing lots of people, and as of yesterday, we are currently at 122% of our full year entrance fee sales goal. So that is really, really good news, and we just want to keep that momentum going and find matches for these last 3 apartments that we have available now. So I think that's it for today. Hope you're all doing well, and we'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Take care.